Hello everybody, welcome to our Medieval Dynasty Survival Guide. So we are talking about clothing today, clothing that specifically can help you craft a lot faster. And you can do that by basically wearing a full set of blacksmith, cook, and seamstress or seamster clothing. So how do we get our hands on this? So first of all this new clothing, it is part of the Labor of Love DLC, so it's kind of brand new, at least at the time of this recording anyway, to the game. 3 clothing sets, like I said, the cook, the blacksmith, the seamster or seamstress, and what you have to do is when you wear a full set, it gives you a crafting bonus. You basically are able to craft faster, which is, beneficial because that means you're able to get a lot more done. Which, if you have a lot of crafting to do, that is always very important. Now, in order to get your hands on these clothing items, you can buy the shoes from various clothing stalls. So, like if you're on Oxbow, for example, Piastovia has a clothing stall that you can buy boots and shoes and such from, but they don't have the full set. You are, though, if you want the full set, which obviously you do if you want the full bonus, you are going to need to make that yourself. So you got to make yourself a little sewing hut here, and you're going to have a certain amount of productivity, like crafting basically, experience to access this. So for example, if we find it in the working clothes section here, and we'll just start with the Seamster set. So go ahead and click that, and you can see that there are numerous different types of clothing, and you're going to need to wear all of this in order to get that bonus. So obviously we have the Seamster's hat, the Seamster's doublet, the Seamster's hose, and the Seamster's shoes. And each one obviously requires a certain amount of technology in the production category. So you're looking at like 7,500 at least for some of the more expensive Seamster's clothings. And they do kind of come with some environmental effects too, usually boosting either summer or like hot temperatures or cold temperatures, so it offers some protection in that regard too. But by and large, obviously the main goal of this is to boost your production speed. So you're going to have to unlock this and then make all this, which it looks like mostly for the Seamster anyway is just going to be wool fabric, wool thread, some linen fabric, and then some leather for the shoes. So once you have the full set of the Seamster outfit, this is going to boost the speed that you have whenever you're in here doing, all kinds of sewing activities. You're going to do it just a little bit or significantly, honestly, more quickly. Now, if looking at the blacksmith set, obviously this is used when you are working at the smithy. You're looking at another, again, 7,500 to get the full set unlocked for the technology production, so you might have to grind that a little bit. But otherwise, you just need to buy the scheme, and then you guys can start making this item. So obviously for this, kind of the similar to like the Seamster outfit, you're going to need some leather, some wool thread, some linen fabric, being the main kind of resources here. But yeah, just make that, and then whenever you are in that smithy, doing your smithy things, you'll notice that the speed will be significantly faster. And then finally, they have the cook set, which we have the cook's hat, the cook's apron, the cook's trousers, and the cook's shoes. Same resources. You're going to need some wool fabric, wool thread, linen fabric, and leather. And again, 7,500 to unlock the full technology, the full set here. That's the requirements you need. So, again, I'm certainly have to grind that. I'm only at 1,000. Yeah, I got to grind that a little bit myself here. But basically, once you have this whole set unlocked, made, you're wearing it, anytime you cook in the kitchen, you will notice that your cooking time is, greatly reduced. You're producing faster, basically. So same thing all around. So that's kind of like how you can get started there. Now, the only other thing is that, obviously this is just for you. This is not for your villagers. So, because the villagers kind of wear their own clothes. So, that is for you to wear. So, when you're out there, doing your own production stuff, that is a way to boost yourself on top of any kind of other skills you have. You'll be producing, honestly, significantly more with those items. So, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, keep surviving and keep thriving.